What's going on, you guys? It's Coach Jacob with Cab Training here. In this video, it's gonna be kind of like a rant video. I won't say a rant because I'm not gonna get like super fired up and angry and screaming at the phone. But this video is gonna be about youth sports and something wrong with it that I think needs to be addressed, not only from a training perspective, but a sports perspective and just for the kids' benefit, right? Because as a trainer and in whatever I do, I try to look out for the kids as much as possible and put the kids first and make sure that a kid is benefiting from a situation. And I think there's a lot of situations out there that kids don't benefit from very well. And so this video will be hopefully not that long of a video, but just kind of me explaining my point of view on something about youth sports that irks me just a little bit and makes me feel like, dang, this is not how it should work. So feel free, if you guys are interested in more content kind of like this, where I express my views on youth sports, or if you're more interested in just drills and exercises to help you improve your athletic ability, feel free to subscribe and share this channel with anybody else that you know that would benefit. My main problem that I want to talk about today regarding youth sports is a young athlete's schedule. Now, I've been training kids for 3 years now full time, and one of the biggest things that has caused kids to kind of leave training with me is their schedule. And I completely understand it. I mean, when you get tied into club teams or even a school sport, schedule is a huge factor. But sometimes schedule becomes this self-imposed trap that parents and kids get stuck into that cause the kid to not develop as well as they should and get burnt out. I've seen a lot of kids quit football too early, even though they had the skills and they had the passion early on, just because they were doing too much too often. And so from a trainer's perspective, obviously I'm going to be a little biased because I value the development athletically of an athlete. I value the non-sport specific development. Obviously I do football drills and exercises on this channel, but my main belief regarding youth athletes is the biggest deficit that youth athletes have is that athletic development. The explosiveness, the strength, the body control, the balance, the coordination, the speed, sprint mechanics, you name it. Those things that are not sports specific, but more sports generic that all athletes need to have a foundation of. That's something that I value. And I think that's something that youth athletes are lost on when they start doing multiple sports in one season. And so I'm talking athletes 7 to 13. The main issue there is they're doing basketball and football in the winter season. They're doing baseball and football in the spring season. They're doing 2 different teams for football in the fall season. They'll be in their school flag and they'll be in their tackle football team in the fall. And it's just 2 different teams. One practices Monday, Wednesday. One practices Tuesday, Thursday. Games are on Friday and Saturday. That's 6 straight days of football specific stuff going on where you're doing the same movements. You're running a post route 6 times a practice every single day. You're breaking down in the same way every single day for 6 days. And you're not getting a variance in the movements that you're doing. And it's causing kids to sustain injuries that older athletes end up sustaining. So we're having 12 and 13-year-old kids tear their ACLs or need Tommy John surgery or need any other physical therapy regarding overuse injuries that are created by repeated movement. Right? So we got kids playing quarterback who have shoulder problems because all they do is throw the football 6 days a week and with no rest and with no strength buildup. It's just the same arm movement over and over again. And so that's something that's a gap in the development of a youth athlete that is like happening often that irks me a little bit. And I think that parents who are watching this video need to understand that that base of strength, balance, coordination, etc. is extremely important because you want to be a well-rounded athlete, especially as you get into the high school level when that gap changes. Because when you're below that high school level, there's a big gap between the fastest kid and the slowest kid, or the most skilled kid and the least skilled kid. And that gap shifts down quite a bit once you get into high school. And once you get into that upper levels of high school sports, you're going to see the talent gap start getting thinner and the speed gap get thinner as other kids develop. And you may be the most skilled kid at the age of 10, 11, 12, but as other kids are growing and going through puberty and getting stronger and getting better and having a more well-rounded development, that kid who was the most skilled and the best athlete at 12 ends up falling behind because of shortcomings in their development process when they were younger. And so this is just kind of a PSA, and this is not just to promote the idea that you need to do some type of training like I do with kids, but I do feel like training athletically, sprinting, strength, coordination, balance is extremely valuable. And so in an ideal world, or in my ideal world, when it comes to a young athlete's schedule, it's if let's just say you're a football player, my ideal schedule is tackle football or flag football in the fall, basketball in the winter, baseball in the spring, or one sport per season. Now, if you want to play football year round, fine, but you have to make sure that you combine that year-round football with some type of physical training that challenges you in other ways that football can't, right? And so there's other sports out there that you need to at least explore, because a lot of skills carry over from basketball to football, or from soccer to football, or even from baseball to football, from an acceleration perspective and a body control perspective and a hand-eye coordination point of view. The main point of this video is so parents and coaches understand that there's more to it than just playing the games, playing the tournaments, winning the championships right now at age 7 to 13. We need to focus on overall development, because if the long game truly is to go play college sports or to potentially play professional sports, the goal right now should be creating a foundation for success, which starts with being a finely tuned athletic machine, in the words of the Water Boy. I want to know what you guys think, because I think with issues like this, or with me being on my soapbox like this, I don't like being the only voice. I'm tired of getting roasted on Instagram for my provocative videos. And so I want to know more. I want to have more productive conversations with parents and coaches who are in these situations where athletes are inundated with multiple teams and multiple clubs. And so feel free to hit me up in the comments below, or shoot me a DM on Instagram to discuss your thoughts. And I'll get back to you, and I'll start a conversation with you, and it might spur some future videos. But again, youth sports is a great avenue for kids. I think when used properly, it can be extremely beneficial and an amazing life changer for most kids. Looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say about this. I appreciate you guys sticking around and watching. Subscribe for more, and let's get better today.